right, man. Let's talk about Jim Harbaugh, man. I did it short to get it up on Friday. Kind of just give my opinion real quick. I feel like the Big Ten had to do something. James Franklin complained. Ohio State was complaining. And now they put a monkey wrench in Michigan plans to be national champions, or they can make it even greater, make the story a little bit greater and galvanize them. I think you go back to that Bowling Green game where I think Harbaugh would have kept them focused. They played a real sloppy game while he was gone. It's definitely a difference to him on the sideline. I don't think he was allowed to coach during the week. Now this is what they get. This is what he getting suspended for. The sign stealing. The suspension, details that basically he can coach during the week, put the game plan together, be in the building, but on Saturdays or on game days, he cannot coach on the sidelines, and that would make a difference, I think, on both ends of it, because he'd be able to put a game plan together where he couldn't in the beginning, he couldn't before with the suspension, and then on the other side of that, he'll be able to, he won't be on the sideline, which is going to hurt them, and then you do that less than 24 hours before the biggest game of the season versus Penn State. So, I mean, I just didn't, honestly, I didn't respect the timing of it, but they felt like they had to do something. Michigan was in the wrong. I mean, and when you're the head coach of a program, then guess what? You're responsible for everything. This is why a lot of coaches don't like coaching college programs. You're responsible for everything that goes on in that program. Everything in that program is under your responsibility. So once you look at it from that standpoint of view, it's like, you just sitting there like, damn, it is my responsibility to do this. It is my responsibility to do that. And that is what it is. But you're responsible for over 100 men, 100 different people. What's going on with the therapists, what they do inside and outside the classroom, the coaches, and all that type of stuff. Now, am I naive enough to believe they ain't had nothing to do with that? They knew what was going on. A lot of people believe that, other teams do it and they steal signs and stuff. I mean, think about it. The Patriots lost a pick, and they was, lost a few draft picks, and they was coaching people's, practices and the stuff of that nature. That was way worse than this. But Michigan got to galvanize, come together, and on short notice. I mean, like, dude, at least he had went through the suspension at the beginning of the season. They trying to take Harbaugh through the ringer, and they trying to send a message for him lying to the NCAA in the beginning, or allegedly lying. You supposed to be the all-knowing of what's going on in the you supposed to be the all-knowing of what's going on. And that's hard to do, man. I've been, through with some college programs before, and been through there a little bit, man. You'd be surprised, man, when the kids stomach grumbling, assistant coach or position coach give them a couple dollars to get by for the night, man. When their parents can't send them, they get real grimy as a college student. People don't understand that, bro. I had homies that had to do what they had to do to eat. You know what I'm saying? I had homies that they carried that fire on them just for protection. Especially when you go to one of them schools like USC or one of them schools that's in the middle of the hood. It get wild out there. You get wild. You get wild, but. And then again, you got to take responsibility for what they did. I mean, what else y'all would have done? I expected them. I thought they was going to ban Harbaugh, because that's what they said that the suspension was going to fall on. So, you're going to go play your two toughest games. Shit, Maryland might be your third toughest game in a row without Harbaugh. I mean, don't surprise me, bro. When they had the coaches called and everybody bitching and crying and complaining, this is unfair, and they doing the same thing. That's one thing. A hypocrite gonna kind of hide his true colors. That's one thing you will find. A hypocrite gonna hide his true colors like he ain't had shit to do with it. gonna throw a rock and hide their hand. So none of that shit surprised me. None of it. None of it. You know, but I mean, I can't even say that the suspension wasn't warranted. It is what it is. I didn't like the timing of it. It seemed like they allowed for the coaches to press for it, and they really wasn't gonna press for it. But you know, maybe it make for a great comeback story. Maybe it make for another excuse why Michigan can't do that. But if they can get through these 3 games, which don't look so easy, they wasn't easy to begin with. He'll be there for the Big Ten championship game. You know, he'll be there for for the national championship, and see if they can get over the hump. So at least they already been through it this season already to kind of get an idea of how they gonna handle this and who gonna be the coach. I know they was revolving the interim coaches between Mike Hart and somebody else as well too. So I'm very interested to see how they're going to play, how they're going to play this. But at least they already been through it before. You know what I'm saying? So. But I ain't like the timing of it. The suspension, it is what it is. Could they had pushed the suspension the next year? I mean, yeah. But I feel like they had to do something now. So I definitely understand. I definitely understood. But the less than 24 hours before the game should have been a little bit more swifter than that. And then when you got the coaches pushing for it, you know what I'm saying? It just seemed like a little bit of haterade there, but. At the end of the day, he'll still be allowed in the building, the coach's troops. But kind of look like a little built-in excuse for Michigan if they don't get it done, man. But it was a proven fact. This dude was going on people's sidelines, stealing people's signs, and I ain't see a team sign that was worthy of stealing yet on their schedule. And Desmond Howard made a good point. He made a real good point. He basically said that now that they going into the 3 toughest games, possibly the 5 toughest games, going to the 6 with the Big Ten championship and all that, they going into a tough game where now they can, now people can switch their signs up, so it really shouldn't be no excuse. So he said that on First Take this morning, or it's a Friday morning, but that. It is what it is. Check out the College Sports Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App $CJ Good313. Venmo CJ Good313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole 9. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.